skip the formal introduction because we've already done that one before, man.
Yo.
But hey, anyway, Junior Far, man, how have you been, brother?
Yeah, I've been good, bro. Been good.
Since the last time we catched up, a lot has happened, man.
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
One of it will be, the fight with Joseph Parker came to fruition. Man, tell us about that, man. Hey guys, stop letting your body go on in pain and feeling sore all the time, man. Start putting some deposits in your health bank and take care of your vessel. Go get yourself an amazing massage gun from Sharpened Recovery. It's a very affordable and lasts a long time. Highly recommended. It probably costs less than 5 meals outside and definitely cheaper than a pair of shoes. Instead of getting something that's going to be on your feet, why not get this massage gun to massage those feet and legs? Go to sharpenedrecovery.com and use the code AliChannel for 20% off your guns. Yes, 20%. You can thank me later. So what are you waiting for, guys? Go get yourself some amazing gear.
It was good, bro. Yeah, because last time we spoke, we were like kind of starting talks, with that fight.
It wasn't, I think the last time we spoke, nothing was really out in the open yet.
Nothing.
Not even an announcement, press conference, nothing was out yet.
Yeah. But that was the main reason why I shifted away from Auckland because at that time Auckland went into a level 3 lockdown, and I knew that this fight was a big possibility. So I was like, oh man, I can't really trust myself at home, so I need to get out of Auckland so I can actually train. And thank goodness I got into your guys' gym, Fitness HQ, is it?
HQ, Hit Fitness HQ.
Hit Fitness HQ. Cairo
George's gym, yeah.
Yeah, so went there to train solely because there was a huge possibility fight. So we kind of knew it back then.
We were training like every day during that period as well.
Yeah, man.
It was pretty full on.
Yeah, man. It was a good little pre-camp training camp. Hey.
Just to get yourself into shape or into the rhythm of that was good, man.
So that happened. The fight announcement happened. Sweet, big build up. And the fight happened. So yeah, man, it was
But wait. Before we got there, before we get to that fight, bro.
Yeah.
So we had the first date, and then the date actually had to be postponed.
Yeah.
Because there were some medical issues, bro.
Yeah.
I want to ask, like, how did that affect you, bro?
That affected energy levels, bro. Energy levels big time. My sparring was crap, Sparring was crap, and training in general was pretty crap in terms of my performance. Like, I wasn't performing in training, and then I was hoping for it to pick up, but it never really picked up. And so from that, we kind of knew something was wrong. We checked. Something was wrong. It had to be postponed. I was pulled out from the fight because of the doctor said, nah, bro, you're not fighting. Me being quite stubborn, I said, nah, bro, let me fight, man. Let me fight. Just because I thought if I didn't fight on that day. You already
had it in your mind, like.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, I thought if that fight didn't happen at that time, then it wasn't going to happen. So I said, nah, man, let me fight. But then, but the doctor already had his decision made and his mind made up. He pulled me out. But thank goodness the fight got rescheduled, and then I got myself fixed up. We worked towards a new date, and then the fight happened. And comparing myself with the two camps and the way that I was performing in training, the way that I felt, I am thankful that the fight did get postponed. Yeah, man, I was much better in that second camp.
Yeah, but what was interesting was before, I think, from what I saw, like before it got to the point where you felt that it was kind of deteriorating, like your health was going down, you were actually like looking really good and doing really well till it reached a point where it kind of like hit and then it was starting to go down.
Yeah.
I think like after that you could notice there was a difference.
Yeah, but big time, big time. And that it plays a big role in your head, It plays a big role in your head because you got a big fight coming up, but then you're comparing the way that you're performing in training, and then like my mind back then, I was lying to myself, I was saying, oh, nah, bro, you got it. Like, don't worry about it.
That's a tough one, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you got to be mentally strong like David Goggins,
Yeah.
but
Stay hard. Stay hard.
stay hard. But like, when
Yeah.
your body's not really like, following that.
Yeah, man. Like, it sucks that, like, like my body just wasn't performing, but my mind was just staying strong. It's like, don't worry, bro. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. But then thinking back then, I'm like, nah, bro. I didn't have it, bro. Thank goodness I didn't fight back then, man. I would have got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely a blessing in disguise
Hard
there,
out.
for the fight to be postponed.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about, so when after the you went for surgery, you got everything sorted, and when you came back, you had to do a lot of monitoring as well.
Yeah.
Which was and then
Yeah.
the video, the guys the boys started playing around, recording videos of you with that thing on your head.
Yeah.
So what was that, and what was that about, and how did you like have to manage yourself better for that one? That
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful that I had like a lot of eyes on me, monitoring me throughout that camp, because that after the surgery, coming back into camp, I had basically like three pairs of eyes on me, possibly 4 pairs of eyes on me. So
I think that was a lot more than that, but
yeah, bro. Like, there were, so every morning I would have to wake up, and like, I never done this before, but I had to wake up, and then I had to measure a few things that will tell me like where the body's at, which will tell me if I'm good to train that day, if I should have a light session that day, or like, if I should rest that day. So I had to do that every single morning. I would wake up, do that, send it over to Eugene, and then go train with Doug. Eugene will be there waiting at the gym. He will like see the stuff that I sent him and then say, "Yep, good to go." Or most of the time he will be like, "Nope, Gina, you're not training today. Go home or go rest or just watch the boys." And that sucks, bro. That sucks. But I'm thankful for it because you can't push the body too much. The body is not a machine and needs rest. It needs rest for it to perform well on the next session that you can train hard. And that's exactly the way I felt. Like, even though I was told to rest and stuff, and it sucked, on the times that I was able to train, I could honestly give it like 100% rather than giving like 70% throughout all the sessions. I can actually give like 100% to that one session and then take a rest, and then go again maybe a day later or 2 days later, and then just go hard again. Yeah, big difference.
So I'd imagine that like mentally that would have affected you more, being not able to do what you, because I think like routine. You've gone through so many fights before.
Yeah.
And you've had this routine, and suddenly for this one now, which was possibly the biggest fight in your career, and you had to like change it up.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing, because I'm heading into the biggest fight of my life, and then instantly you think, okay, man, I'm going to be training like harder than I've ever trained before. That was not the case in this camp, and this camp, it was a lot of rest because the body needed it. But after this whole thing, I came away from it very thankful that I did listen to the coaches, and the times they told me to rest was actually very, 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 very good for me. And and I relate to it because like when I see the other boys training, I know that some of them need rest. I know they 100% need rest, and I want to tell them that. Oh, well, I do tell them that, but they don't rest. And then I'm thinking, oh man, you bloody idiot. But then that's exactly the way I feel as well, because those guys and the coaches, they can see that I need rest. But when you're like in it yourself, it's basically hard to see that you need rest. You're just thinking, nah, bro, you just power through, bro. Stay hard.
Stay hard.
Stay hard.
But I think the other one is age. I think, with age, you need more rest than, when you were 20.
Not me, G. Not me, bro. Not me, bro. Hard up, bro.
You need more rest than, compared to when you're younger. So when you look at some of the other younger fellas, bro, they can go full on.
Yeah.
Because that's what, I mean, the harsh truth is that's what I noticed as well. I used to, back then, like I could just keep going, like what you said. But
Yeah.
now it's not the same. Like,
Yeah.
with, you have work and then you have all your other things, and then with training to put that together, you got to be careful how far you push.
Yeah.
Because you'd wanna continue training, right?
Yeah.
Rather than to like injure yourself, or that's the other thing as well. Overtraining just really increases your risk of injury.
Yeah.
And then when you get injured, it's gonna put you out for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'll bring up a quote that I got from Brad. I don't know where he got it from, but he said there's no such thing as overtraining. It's just under resting, which is kind of like the same thing. But like, yeah, but that is true. If you don't properly rest throughout those sessions, then it is kind of turning into, overtraining, which is a place that you don't want to be.
yeah.
But yeah, man, but I feel you on that age thing. Yeah, I think for me and probably a lot of Islander people who have big appetites, it catches up to you, bro. Back in the day, man, I could definitely out-train a bad diet. Now I can't out-train anything, bro.
Yo.
I can't get away with anything, bro. I like have a pie, then it's like, oh man,
Yeah, your body changes, your metabolism, the rate
big
of like
time,
burning
bro.
down it's all changes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But and then so you had to deal with all of that, and then going. I'd imagine like there was a bit of criticism and like a lot of noise, outside noise coming from like changing the dates. How did you adapt, like deal with all of that?
Trying to think about it. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
there
right.
was
That's right. I remember
unfortunately,
that now.
like in the media, people like talking about it online, because it was a big thing,
Yeah.
and in some ways, like I kind of foresee that was gonna come, but in your position, how did you deal with that, bro?
Yeah, just the same thing as I deal with everything, bro. I just try to stay positive, keep myself off social media. Keep myself.
It's a
I definitely keep
dangerous
myself.
place,
Yeah, bro. I definitely keep myself off of Facebook, bro. Facebook is too many opinions on Facebook, bro.
It's
Damn.
too many, too many regulators, bro.
Yeah,
Man.
bro. So yeah, bro. So, but that's something that I've learned like a long time ago. I was like, oh, nah, bro, stay off that.
I think we talked
Stay
about
off
that as well. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So many, that was a lot, bro, coming out. I was like, what is
Yeah,
that?
but a lot of people are saying that I got injured.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck is getting injured? Oh, but he's scared. He's scared.
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah, G, I ain't scared, bro.
Bro,
But,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
I get it though. Like it's good because it's fun to like talk about. It's fun to what's the word? Speculate things. So,
Yeah, but I think in a way, at the end of the day, it does help as well. The more you get, the more mouths talking about it, you just increase that reach and the awareness. People know, people get involved. So either way, whether you love it or you hate it, like like whether people love it or hate it, like they're helping, one way or another.
Yeah, man. At least they're talking about it. Yeah.
You're helping to put some money in the pocket, so it's all right, man. It's all right. But and then so the fight happened. There was a massive fight, bro. What was the I think in attendance were like close to, I think I saw somewhere online it was close to 8,000 to 10,000 people.
Oh,
I think
right.
somewhere around 8,000 to 10,000 people. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how big. What was the capacity of the arena? But yeah, somewhere around 8,000 to 10,000 maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Would that be probably one of the biggest gates that you've had?
Yep. Definitely the biggest show that I fought on.
Did you feel the difference though? Like,
No. This is the best that I've felt before a fight. Thank goodness I've done a lot of work with David Neath and David Wood. They both of them got things at a great level. I got like my headspace right, I got my breathing right, and my heart rate down. And I came into the ring, bro, feeling cool, calm, and collected, bro.
Ooh, bro, I know that even the walkout song, walking. But I was up in like the nosebleeds, bro. So it was me and Kevin. I was sitting with Kevin, and we were watching the whole thing, and we're like, man, you're looking at you, you were really calm. and like you were taking it in, bro.
Yeah,
and
bro.
You were embracing the whole thing. You were enjoying. You look like you were enjoying. You do not look like a guy who's gonna go fight 12
Yeah,
rounds,
yeah,
bro. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this guy's happy and he's like, just taking it all in, bro.
Yeah, man, I think that's the perfect way to say it because before this, walking out into fights, I would always feel nervous and then I would try and like shut everything out or like push everything away because that's how I thought you should deal with it. But then speaking to Dave Wood, he said, "Nah, bro, bring it in, accept those feelings. It makes you better." So that's exactly what I did. I raised up my hands, I soaked in all of the different like vibes and the different energies, bro. I soaked it in and I turned it into like good energy for myself. So yeah, man, I felt good, and that was a huge difference for me. Probably the biggest difference for me.
Yeah, that was so cool, man. Just to watch that and but it was pretty unfortunate that right before that, it was actually during Hemi's fight that we all got the text messages. We got the alerts on our phone that New Zealand's Auckland's gonna go into lockdown the next day. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's like 10,000 people here now, and it was so unfortunate that the alert came in while Hemi was fighting.
Yeah,
which I will want to talk about that in a while. But like during his fight, everybody started booing, bro.
yeah.
Not because of him or his fight,
yeah,
but because of the alert. And I was like, oh my goodness, what bad timing, man.
My gosh. Were people leaving at that time? Like, I was wondering just because I heard about it, and then I was like, oh, dang.
Honestly,
are people going to rush to the countdown and grab toilet paper? Or, bloody heck, Man, straight up.
I don't know about that, the toilet paper though, bro, but man, I would have thought maybe I think some people might have left. I don't know. Like, but
oh, right. Sweet.
At that point, like if they do leave, to me it just does make sense. Like, man, you're already there. Yeah. You're already mixed with like we're deep in like 8,000 people's like, hey bro. Like
yeah.
If you're gonna get it, you would have already had it. Yeah. There's no way you're gonna get out this one. But yeah, that sucked for me. I think like to have that kind of booing in the middle of your fight, like it'll be good to ask. We'll have Hemi on soon, and we'll ask him about his
jump on, Hemi.
Yeah, we'll ask him about his reactions to that one. But that's crazy, man. But yeah, so full on 12 rounds for the fight. How did you feel during that whole fight, bro?
I felt great, bro. Felt great. Tried to practice everything that I learned leading up. Practice my breathing. Practice keeping range.
That was the other thing that I noticed as well. Because after that fight was when I did the podcast with Dave Woody, and one thing I talked to Woody about was like, I was like, dude, Junior was like, his breathing was awesome, man. Like he wasn't breathing hard. I was watching you during in between rounds. You had really good breathing. You were not like, breathing through your mouth or like crazy, gasping for air and shit like that. I was like, man, what have you been doing, man? I was like, bro, we've been working, man. Like he had nothing but good things to say about you, how you took on his training, learned the stuff, how you did it. You're always, asking a lot of questions to him as well. But I could imagine like you're probably the kind of guy who asks a lot of things, and you want to learn. But he said that to me, bro, and I was like, yo, it's crazy.
But that made a huge difference. Huge difference. And I watched the fight back, and Monty's actually commenting on it, and he's saying, "Oh man, like Junior is so calm in the situation. On the biggest fight of his life, he's like so calm, and that's something that I really worked on." But throughout the fight, man, it was good. It was good to measure myself up to a world class heavyweight ex-world champion, and see that I can really mix it in with those guys. Throughout the fight, felt fine. Didn't get caught with anything bad apart from an elbow.
An elbow?
Well, yeah.
I told you to throw in some knees and...
The fight could have changed, bro. I was like, oh, bro. Is this the time when I shoot for the double leg goal?
Oh, man. Yeah. But
throughout the fight I felt good. Jab was fine. Using my long range distance was good. He struggled. he struggled trying to shut me down because I was constantly moving, which was a thing that we constantly worked on. But I surprised myself on the first round. The first round I caught him with a clean punch and I rocked him a bit.
Yeah, bro.
That was something that we didn't actually think would happen. Probably the coaches did, but to my head, I didn't think that was going to happen because I fought him so many times before. I've caught him with so many clean shots before, and he's never been rocked. I always see his fights, and he's like hardly ever rocked, except for that flash knockdown from White.
Right.
You know. But then watching him throughout that, I 100% know that he has a good chin. But then when I rocked him on that first round, I was like, ooh.
That landed pretty.
This is different.
That landed clean. It was a nice shot, bro.
So throughout that fight, I was very disciplined on the game plan that we have been working on, which was moving, jabbing, and just shutting him down whenever we can.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to ask about is the game plan. How well did you think you executed the game plan that you guys had, as you just mentioned. But and then the other one, like the first I think the first parts of the fight, like there was a lot of movement. But then the second part actually changed because he adopted a different method. Because he adapting to that was when you move to a very close range, more of a clinch, get him in spots and then clinch up to make sure that he doesn't get to land.
Yeah.
And frustrate him. But okay, so anyway, I'm saying because I understand, the game, different game plans, different tactics. But what, I'd understand for the casuals or people who don't really understand the sport and stuff like that. There was a lot of stuff that came out after, some of the comments were fucking disgusting, bro. There was
don't worry, G, I didn't see it, bro.
Yeah. Some of the feedback or the comments that people had was like, oh, Junior's so much hugging and this, that, whatnot. I was like, okay, but I think you actually went on and actually explained. Was it? I think it was on your TikTok. I saw that you actually went on and explained. I was like, man, I wasn't expecting you to go and explain, but that's pretty good. You actually explain why you did what you did and how that helps, bro.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, for people who don't know, haven't heard it, can you explain to us about that?
Yeah, I mean, the game plan. Well, obviously, I didn't execute the game plan very well because I lost. Because if I did execute it well, then I would have won. But the game plan was just to slightly keep out of range, because in that mid range is where he's dangerous. If he gets to set his feet and throw his punches the way he wants to, then he's dangerous. So I had to constantly keep him moving because he's not a good fighter when he's faced with a mover, and that's something that I've learned a long time ago. From fighting him back in the amateur days. I know he's not a good fighter when he has to constantly move his feet. So that was the game plan. I was like, okay, keep him at a slightly outside range. And then when I get my shots off, land them clean and then shut him down, hold his arms because if he gets any punching range, that means he'll take it, he'll just, smack the body, which is exactly what he was doing as well. It was smacking the body, but I kept him close. So yeah, but
do you think that
the
judges use that the shots that he landed on the inside as giving him the points for that? But it wasn't if it wasn't very effective. There were no clean there were no clean shots in there. It was just movement, just punching for this when do you decide if it's
I mean, I can understand why he won, because I said this on the post conference as well. I said I definitely land the cleaner shots. He just played the game better. With professional fighting, it's 10-9 rounds throughout each round, and I believe each round he just slightly outworked me. Every single time. He didn't land any clean shots, but the activity was more, So
he just showed more aggression and just landing.
That's it, really.
But were you a little bit disappointed at the scores, the judging?
Nah, because a loss is loss. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or by a mile. It doesn't matter, bro. A win's a win. Winning's winning.
I like that one, bro.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, because I get a lot of comments on like, and questions on the way that I mean, on thoughts on the way I think the fight went. And for me, bro, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter. You know, I lost, but then I learned exactly what I needed to learn in that fight. I know that I need more activity in the rounds, because with me, I'm just obsessed with like landing clean shots, and I won't throw too much because I think that those shots ain't gonna land. So I won't throw it. But then after this fight, I'm thinking, oh nah, man, I need to throw like, a bit more shots.
Put up the numbers.
Hey, you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.
Yeah, with that fight,
Increased
I think
activity, would you say?
Yeah, activity, yeah, man. Just a lot more activity. I think the stuff that I was doing in that fight was good. I just need more of it. Yeah.
Yeah. What was like so would you say that's the biggest thing you took away from that fight? About the activity?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. I think that was the biggest thing that I took away from the fight. Not the only thing, I took away a few things, but also to trust my power a bit more. I rocked one in the first round. I was like, okay, I better, practice like trying to finish people off, trying to like get them out of there if I can.
Get the first round finish.
Yeah, bro, I'm keen for that.
And it definitely saves you a lot of time as well.
Yeah, bro, hard out, bro. We don't get paid by the minute, bro. We don't get paid by the minute. So.
Exactly. This is a sport,
Yeah.
Like, you look at like Francis Ngannou,
Oh, bro.
He...
What a beast, eh?
Bro, that guy's a savage, man. Like,
imagine looking at that from the other side of the cage, bro. I was like, holy heck.
Man, that's crazy.
What the heck is this?
And what's funny is like when you hear him talk, like sometimes he says that he wants to go the full fight, but it's just crazy. Nobody can actually handle his power or get up to his level, and he's like taking people out. Like, it's so crazy. His ring time, it's so little, and well, I imagine you make a lot of money as well. And
yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, like, bro, these 4 ounces ain't no joke, bro. No way. Especially for big guys like him,
bro. And like, man, it was crazy that last, obviously when he won the championship recently, that short punch that he landed knocked it. You could see it really knocked him out cold. Knocked Stipe out. And then when he fell, and then he raised his hand, I was like, yeah.
Oh, bro.
That was how people were saying, like, the people were asking him, like, do you think that was necessary? And he was like, bro, if the ref has not stopped the fight, you keep going, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's your job, like, because you never know, like, when you drop someone, especially like in the cage, like you see, when you see them drop, you don't know if they're like completely out or not, you know? So you just got to make sure that you finish the job, bro.
Yeah, bro. And sometimes some people just have a good acting face. They might, they might pretend or... I think it was like what Derek Lewis did. He bent over, he pretended like he was hurt. The guy came in.
Yeah, bro. See, so you never know, bro.
You gotta have good acting skills as well, man. This is the entertainment industry, man. You gotta keep people entertained, but man, that's crazy. Yeah, so like, talking about that, definitely, having fast finishes. Are you trying to get the job done fast? I mean, it's great to have like a long fight. People are entertained, but you want to get,
Yeah, I mean, like, the people love a short night, man. I feel, they love a bit of blood and action and stuff, and
they like violence.
Yeah, bro, they love the violence. But with the 12-round fights, with the more technical fights, it's great for the boxers to see and then like, for the fighters to watch. But for the ones that are just there for a good night, they don't want to see that, bro. They don't want to see that.
I think
knock him out, knock him out, bro. That's exactly what they want to see, bro.
I think people have a very short attention span. Like they want it to be done in 4 rounds. Maybe,
yeah, bro.
Usually that's like people are expecting a first round, second round, third or fourth round knockout.
Yeah,
that's what they want, bro. That's what they,
bro.
But well, this is boxing, and you never know what you're in for.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, man. If they want that like 4-round action or 3-round action, bro, go and watch corporate fights, bro. That's so entertaining, man.
Yeah,
corporate fighting.
Woo!
I love watching that.
crazy, yeah.
It's a lot of violence.
And so besides your fight on the night, we had two other boys from the team who fought as well. Panuve, Helu, and Hemi Ahil. I want to start with just to touch on Nuve's fight.
Yeah.
He had a really good fight. I enjoyed the fight, but I was really disappointed in the judging.
Yeah.
And how the judging was done on that one. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that one, bro?
Ooh. Yeah, I was surprised at the whole lead up, bro, with that fight, because that fight was definitely one of the best fights of the night. Even leading up to it, man, I'm just like, oh, bro, you have Nick, who's an awesome fighter, and you have Nuve, who's an awesome fighter too. This is gonna be a huge fight, but Duco never pushed it, and I always wondered why. I was like, shucks, why are they not pushing this fight? This is a huge fight. And then, going into it, and a few things happened in the lead up, which was quite questionable. Why didn't Nick and Nuve have their own time for a public workout thing? Because we all turned up to the public workout, which was at BBM. We all turned up to there, and we all thought we were all going to have time in the public workout, but they said, nah, you and Hemia, but not Nuve. For some reason, and then to me, I was just like, bro, this is one of the most talented boxers in New Zealand. But thank goodness they actually put him on, because I think Steve and Doug was pushing for it. Thank goodness he got on. But the actual fight itself, bro, good fight, bro. Good fight. Even though
action packed, bro.
Yeah, man, it was actually a good fight. Nick was so tough.
He was. I was quite surprised he was still standing after taking all of that.
Yeah, bro. So but definitely Nuve's fight. But at the end of the night, it was just a miscalculation, eh?
Oh,
with
yes.
the judges
with the scorecards, bro. Because there was a point deduction for the low blow.
Which low blow was it? What was it, the 10th one, or was it the first one?
It was funny. He's this guy is known for the low blows, right? That was not the first time. And if you can find some footage somewhere, I'm not encouraging people to put out illegal footage, but if there is, have a look at it and you'll see it's clear cut, man.
Yeah.
I was like, that's just dirty fighting, bro,
Yeah. Yeah, some very bad low blows there. Nuve definitely should have got his hand raised that night, even though, the decision has been reversed now. Yeah. So now Nuve's got the win. But at that moment, when you're standing in front of everyone and then it's announced the draw, when it definitely should have been a win. That moment is kind of stolen from him.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But
it does, bro. It sucks. And then I think I'm just very happy and thankful that it was looked into and they found out that the point was not deducted.
Hard out.
Because if no one would have pushed to hey, what's going on? Why is the numbers like that?
Yeah.
But this is what I think as well. Even if the points were not deducted, I felt how the rounds were scored. That just didn't add up for me, bro. Very questionable judging. Anyway. What do I know? I'm not a judge.
What do we know?
What do we know? What do we know? But yeah, that was jam-packed action fight. I'm just happy justice was served.
Yeah, hard up, bro.
But what's interesting, something that just went in the back of my mind, bro. What about for all the people who bet on that fight?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? If they bet for whoever to win or whatever. Okay, so if for example the people who bet that it was a draw, then after that fight you win your money, right? And the results was only reversed few days after that.
Yeah.
I think officially it took a while. Maybe not days. It took a week or 2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
So what about the people after that who bet on Nuve to win and they lost their money and now they're gonna win some money? I was ooh.
Yeah, man. Then you got the people who scored at a draw and they won some money and they're gonna lose their money.
Okay, number one, I wanna say clearly I'm not encouraging anybody to bet anything.
I don't know.
I don't bet. I don't gamble. But Like I was just thinking in the back of my mind. I was
Yeah,
like,
true that. Yeah, no, that's interesting. But me, I've no idea how that world works.
that explains why we both don't know. Because
I've never faced a bit in my life.
Yeah, so that was something that was in the back of my head. I was like, yo, how does it work then? For them. But I mean, the person who definitely took the biggest damage would of course be Nove, because it was his fight. But yeah, man. And then Hemi's fight was crazy as well. Sorry, before we get to Hemi's one, I think David Nicker's fight was, man.
I don't know. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, man. I was like,
it sucks,
I was so excited for that. Okay.
Yeah.
I was so excited for that fight because he's a very talented guy, man. He's
So
very,
good.
very talented individual. He has a lot of potential. He's going places, And how that fight went the way that it did, I was like, oh.
I know.
I felt so bad for him, like, because that was his pro debut. Yes, that was his pro debut on that big stage, and like people were like booing, and like I was like, oh man, that sucks. Not because he's not good, but because the fight ended the way that it did. They were disappointed, man.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I didn't actually see the fight, and I've never looked it up because I heard what happened.
bro.
It was just like a one punch thing, was it? And then fell down, and then
literally,
that was it.
bro.
Yeah,
literally, that was like,
oh, what the heck?
yeah. So he went down. Like I think it was a hook. So yeah, I have to look at it again, but like it was like it was so, the thing is I can't remember because it happened so fast. Usually like the first 10-20 seconds of the fight, you haven't really like locked yourself into the fight, so you kind of just like pushing around, looking at it, and then suddenly the ref just waves out the fight. You're like, what?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, he could have been caught in a real weird place, maybe just slightly behind the ear where things are a bit sensitive there. He probably got dropped from that, maybe, and then just never recovered.
But
I don't know. I
think it was
honestly
like
can't say.
as soon as he went down, like the ref called it off.
Oh really?
Yeah, as soon as he went down, the ref called it off. So I was like, man, didn't even give him a chance to like come up, give him an 8 count or like something, like.
Well, we don't get paid by the minute. That's a good enough for him. But yeah, I'm there for you because he didn't get to show off like what he can actually do in the ring, because he's definitely a Olympic medalist, bro. 100%.
Oh, of course, man. Of course, 100%. And he's actually off in his training camp in the US now, leading up to the Tokyo Olympics. But man, I was just like gutted for him. I would have wished that he would have been able to show a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the knockout was there. I knew the knockout was there, but
that early or
in that way,
like that, I'm just like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, he would have wanted something better.
Yeah, for sure.
But hopefully he gets his opportunity again to show what he's capable of, man.
Oh yeah, he definitely will, bro. He'll be.
Do you think that was a little bit of like a mismatch on that fight there, or?
It's always gonna be a mismatch on the debut, It's
as a promoter as well, you want your favorite to be the.
Well, yeah, but when you've got that kind of background, and then when,
it's quite hard
when you're a double Commonwealth gold medalist. And you got a huge backing already before turning pro. It's hard to find guys that are willing to fight you.
Yeah, too much risk.
Yeah, bro, that's a lot of risk. So so the first few fights are never going to be like a good matchup.
I think, but that's the thing with boxing is how it works. Is the promoters build their fighters up, they build their reputation, and that's like, you have people who sit on the different side of this, this topic, right? But like that's what a good promoter does. You build your fighter up. Yeah. Like your agent, your manager. This is what they do, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I mean, hopefully, we wish him all the best for the lead up to the Olympics, man. Hopefully,
I'm excited to watch some Olympics, bro.
Bro, I know. I mean, I hope that he gets to do what he's been working so hard for. It's crazy, man. The story behind the guy.
Is that Russian guy still fighting?
Which one?
The one that David beat, and then they said the other guy won. Whatever, bro. I've seen that guy on because I think he won the gold at the last Olympics. He shouldn't have won that gold.
Yes, the one that
bro.
Yes, you guys are telling us about as well.
Yeah, bro. So that guy, I've seen him get like spoon fed like medals, And that sucks, bro. Like,
Yeah.
man, it sucks when you get
At
stuff
some
like
point,
that.
like you have to question the, the judging,
Hard out. Call
and
it out,
especially
bro.
at like a high level. It's the Olympics. It's not. We're not talking about a neighborhood grassroots rugby club event.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like, it breaks your heart, bro. It breaks your heart to see. Like, these boys have trained so hard just to get to the Olympics. I never got to go to the Olympics. Joseph Parker never went to the Olympics too. But these boys work so hard to get there. Then when they get there, if for some reason they get ripped off, then it's hard. It's heartbreaking, bro.
You know what I think though. Like, I mean, the Olympics is the Olympics. I'm not trying to talk down about the Olympics, but in my opinion, bro, it's gonna be with time. The Olympics, the name and the quality of the Olympics it's gonna, it's not gonna be as big as a pedestal as what everyone puts it to.
Really?
After all these
You don't
things,
think?
after all these things that come out, bro, you have
Yeah.
people or countries who are trying to with doping and like trying to get an advantage and shit like that.
Yep.
And now more and more stuff are coming out. People are starting to question the Olympics. There is so much money behind the Olympics.
Yep.
So much money. But all these athletes who are competing don't make any money, bro.
Yeah.
They make nothing. Zero. Nada, bro. So
It's for the country.
this is what gets this is what gets me, bro. Like so at some point, like people are gonna start questioning, like, yo,
Yeah.
there should be something for the competitors, the athletes, like,
I did hear, because I don't actually know how it works, but I know through the Olympics you can get a lot of sponsorship because there's a lot of eyes on the Olympics. So maybe you get people paying you to be there if you get there. But also I heard that some countries actually reward their athletes for a medal. So like, if you get a bronze and you get this much.
yeah.
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but
Yeah, but like, I mean, the odds are like, if you are part of a team that's representing your country, like, and then you're fighting on this, okay, not don't say fighting, but like just competing on this, there's a number of sponsors that like the Olympic has.
Oh, bro.
You know how much money they're making, and like all these athletes are not, okay, put it to you this way, like, UFC fighters, example, they have Reebok and you have Venom. Even though it's not a lot of money, they get paid money, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
like, I think it was like
Yeah.
previously 20,000 for that. I don't know how much the money was like. It depends what level you are, more money you get. But they got something,
Okay.
you know. So now my question is, Olympics is the same thing, It's the same. People can argue it's the same thing. It's a competition.
Yeah.
People are competing.
Yeah.
Eyes are watching. There's so many sponsors, this, that, one. Why are they not getting anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, different people. Olympic medal it's an Olympic medal. Like, it doesn't beat anything, but like I still believe that there should be some monetary benefits as well. Like you should have gained something. It's not. It shouldn't be like, or maybe you'll get this, or maybe like.
I mean, thank goodness with our sport, with boxing, like Olympic boxing is definitely the pinnacle of amateur boxing. But then, thank goodness, we have a transition into professional boxing where you can actually make good money. If you come away with a medal, any kind of medal from the Olympics, if you're a boxer, going into the professional realms, bro, you're all getting paid, like, straight away. So that's great for us. But for the other sports, we're like...
Also, you get headhunted by the big promotions.
Yeah, bro. So, yeah, man. So they'll all be, like, they'll all be watching for the next big thing.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll get a payday after the Olympics as well. So, and then moving on to Hemi's fight, bro. Hemi's crazy fight, man. What are your thoughts on his fight, bro?
Julius Long has got a good chin, bro, to last as long as he did.
I know, man. How you would have imagined how he was able to handle that many shots from Hemi,
bro. Like, Hemi hits hard. It's bro, it ain't no joke. But I think the key was to definitely, because throughout the fight, Hemi's just beating him up against the ropes. He's just smashing him up, but it's all against the ropes. So Julius Long will be getting shots, but then like leaning back on the ropes. Maybe the ropes caught him, or maybe they'll help them stay up. But then as soon as he got him off these ropes and then landed a clean shot, boom, good night.
He went down
fell.
like that pine tree, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Shit.
So, yeah, man, it was great to see, like, in terms of violence, bro. Like, it was good action for the crowd to see. Not much back and forth, but it was just Hemi beating up a big punching
Hemi
bag.
did take some shots as well.
Oh yes, he did.
He did take some, and he looked like some heavy shots, bro.
Yeah.
But he was like, he's like the when you get the way to put it is like, when the flies start buzzing around you, like you try to swat it but it doesn't go away.
Yeah,
he was like that guy, like,
yeah, bro.
Julius Love was trying to go away, but he just kept coming, bro. It just kept coming straight up to him, and bro, that last shot, that last hook that he landed, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro, it's great. And like, also I got this picture. I don't know who took it. I think it was Photo NZ or maybe France. But bro, there's a picture of like Long on the ground and then just Hemi just like, walking away like this. Bro, that's a mean
That's
picture,
like the
bro.
Muhammad Ali shot.
Yeah, bro, like that. But bro.
That's so dope.
But that's a mean shot.
That's something that's gonna live forever. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine, like, 10, 20, you have a photo like that, 20, 30 years or 40 years down the road, and your kids, grandkids looking at that, you're like, that's legend things.
Hard out, bro.
It's crazy, man. That was a very impressive fight from Hemi, man. And I think, like, all in all, that was a really good event, bro. It was crazy, it
definitely was. I mean, Duco are good promoters in the fight game, They know how to put on a show. They know what sells. So, I'm not surprised that night was a good night. In terms of all the fights and, for the people that turned out and watched, man, it was a good night. Yeah.
And, like, after the fight, obviously, you had some exchange of words with Parker. What were you guys talking about, bro? Oh.
We didn't talk about much, to be honest, It was like, good fight, bro. Good fight.
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah. That was it. I remember his boys came and said, oh, man, you're tough, man. You're tough. But then in my head, I was like, I didn't take too much punishment, bro. I didn't take too much, bro. Like, the boy was missing a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. But the body shots, I remember going back into the press conference and they were saying, how did your body shots, how did the body shots affect you? And then I'm just like, bro, like, the way that we do conditioning against body shots, bro, you're not going to drop me with a body shot, bro. You're not going to drop me, man. Yeah,
exactly. I think they if they were to have tried, like, what?
Yeah, I mean, like, they can try, but bro, you're not gonna drop us with a body shot.
Yeah, definitely not. I think that's the one thing that you're not gonna drop.
Yeah, no way, bro. No way.
But and so after the fight as well, he actually announced that he was gonna split with his trainer. So that one, I was a little bit shocked. I didn't know about that. Well, I didn't have any idea about that. What did you think that was a little bit weird, or the timing of that? Or?
Nah, I mean, the timing of it, I don't know. But this is, things don't, like, I think a decision like that doesn't just happen like that. So I definitely know that it wasn't from the fight.
It was a build up.
Yeah, definitely. I would say they probably had an agreement before that, hey, bro, this is the last fight that you're going to have with us. Probably depending on the way the fight went, but like, they definitely had conversations before. Well, that's what I'm guessing, because that's a big decision.
It is, man, to split with a trainer who you've been for a while. It's not something to be taken very lightly.
Yeah. So I'd say they would have that conversation before, and then they announced it after the fight. But in my head, I was like, oh man, this is good, because then I heard who he's going with, and that's exactly what I thought was best for Parker.
In terms of his development, his
because I've never seen Parker as a technical fighter. So the best thing for him to do is just to up the volume of what he's doing. So make him fitter, make the punches a bit snappier, because he's not the best when he's jabbing and moving. He's the best when he's like standing there and like trading shots with you. So
planted and
yeah, bro. So when I heard he's going to the UK, I'm just like, oh, bro, that's actually perfect for him, because those guys are known for their fitness. They train hard over there. So
with the Gypsy King.
Yeah, Gypsy King. I mean, bro, that guy's the best. The The guy's so good.
I know, man. It's crazy. But he was also dealing with a couple of stuff outside the ring. You know what I mean? Like this was what like I didn't know much about this stuff until I like, well, you know, it's good and bad, but like, you know, you find out in the media and like there was a split with the trainer, and then as you see like related stuff, and then there was one about the drug allegations and the, you know, the backdoor money laundering and all that stuff. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
What are you doing in that round, bro?
But it I don't know, bro. Like, it kind of got me a little bit. For me, I was thinking like, man, Christian's like, do you really think he's involved in that, you know, that stuff?
I don't know.
Honestly, do you think like?
Yeah, I honestly do not know because like this story, people have known about it for a long time, only
but they kind of like swept it under the.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, you know, a lot of like, you know, I would say because the people that were involved. So you had a boxer and you had a few barbers, and barbers, you know, there's a lot of them. So I guess all the barbers knew straight away, all the boxers knew straight away. Then it slowly got fed out into the community. But in terms of like actual details of the actual thing, bro, I don't know what happened. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, man, exactly.
If he's 100% involved.
And then when it goes out into the media, like they make their own stories, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, man, how real is like some of this shit online?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it like this is definitely damaging for him because he's got a brand to uphold, you know, family man.
Of course, man. Yeah.
You know, he's got kids and stuff. So that's definitely damaging. But something that I took away from it was just knowing who's in your circle and like, you know, surrounding yourself with like good people and people that aren't going to get you into trouble, because, you know, either way, I think he's
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, carry
No,
on.
So like either way, he is somehow involved, either it be through his friends, so maybe guilty from association, which like, you know, sucks as well. But that's exactly what I took away from it, was just to know who you're hanging around with, make sure they're all like-minded people like yourself, and make sure that you guys are, you know, going up on like goals together rather than being caught up with something like this. Because that could be the case, you know, he could just be guilty by association.
That's
yeah,
crap, man.
Yeah, but the actual case, I don't know, bro.
I mean, like when I sat down and like thought about that for a while, I was like, man, I was thinking about, he was, you know, on a good path. He was making good, decent money, and man, the fight with AJ probably made a lot of money as well. You know, and I was just thinking like, man, why would he need to risk himself to make money from this kind of sources,
silly,
bro? You know, like,
yeah, bro, like. That was my first thought when I first heard about it, and then I was like, nah, bro, this doesn't make sense. And then I thought the only way that I can see him getting involved in something like this is if he's doing it for friends, or like, you know, if he's doing it for like you know, someone that he knows.
Exactly,
he's just trying to help them make money, but it's a bad way to make money. But like, you know, he's just doing it for them. That's the only way that I think he got involved.
Yeah, and like knowing him, his background, his family.
Yeah, it just
nice
doesn't
add up.
And he's not silly, but that type of thing,
catches people, man. Like, man, well, we don't wish anything bad, you know, for him, but like, you know, I just hope that things get sorted out, and if he's innocent, like his name gets cleared, because it's like kind of that black mark on your name, you know, like, people gonna remember you for shit like this.
Yeah.
It sucks, bro. Like,
it sucks.
You know how you could have done like 99 good things, that one bad thing is gonna like, people gonna remember you for that one damn thing, bro. I hate that crap. You know what I mean? But that's just how society works.
That's just how it is.
We talk about how people remember you for one bad thing. You know, a very good example for me that comes to mind is Ben Askren, bro. How everybody at first it was how everybody remembered him for getting knocked out by Masvidal's knee. Flying knee. It was a 5-second knockout or whatever. And now getting knocked out by a YouTuber, Jake Paul. But I mean, you know, he's not just a YouTuber. Let's be real. He's been training, he's been in training, he's learning how to fight and this and whatnot. So he's not just a YouTuber. I I hate it when people say he's just a YouTuber.
Just a YouTuber.
Like, he's training, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have been a gardener,
Yeah.
or I could have been a salesman,
Yeah.
and I've been at the same time I've been training boxing for all my life.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean when I start fighting professionally,
He's just
I'm a salesman.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
But anyway, what do you think about that Jake Paul Ben Askren fight, bro?
Didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Saw the highlight.
Yeah, of course.
It was well. It didn't flood my newsfeed because I'm because I follow a lot of like actual fighting stuff, and I think the actual pages that I follow they they got a bit more respect and they actually share like proper fighting things because at the same time you have Rob Whittaker and Calvin Gastelum fighting at the same time, bro. So that's what I saw.
Yeah,
you know
that was the fight that I was watching as well.
Yeah, highlight. So.
Which was a good fight, man.
That
was a good fight,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Man, it was always going to be a good matchup for those two, but Rob Whittaker, bro, he's good, man.
I think he had a very good game plan as well. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't getting hit a lot as well.
No. He's nice.
But I mean, let's be honest. For you to have come up with a game plan like that, you'd have to watch you have to credit all the people who fight Calvin Gastelum before that. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
So
Yeah, man. I mean, like that's exactly how you devise a game plan. You see their previous fights. Okay, what styles have like worked well with this fella? What styles haven't worked so well for this guy? So obviously they've been watching quite a bit and came up with a good game plan. But but back to Ben Askren.
back to Ben. Back to Ben.
Yeah, but man, it is what it is. I mean, Logan, no,
Jake Paul,
bro. I mean, I see the guys that he's actually training with at Bones Gym. So he's training with I don't know if he's sparring or I don't know how closely he's like training along with him, but he's training with Michael Hunter. Yeah, bro. So that guy, everyone knows that guy is good. So if he's working with him, then you're definitely going to get a lot better. So so that's good for him. And then I know just from some of the training stuff I see, I know he's going to cause a lot of troubles, So
I think he was quite smart. Like people don't actually get to see a lot of things, but he was adopting a lot of special trainers and coaches, like for boxing, sparring partners, and then he got like people to help him with the breathing techniques and all that stuff. Just concentration work, breathing work. Like he was taking it very seriously. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's definitely got the funding to do it as well. Yeah. So it's good to see him fully immersed into this fight game, and he has definitely given it the respect that it deserves while making a lot of money from it too. Because he's calling out all the big names, but what's funny, he's calling out all the big UFC names and the big
people who draw the money
cage games. Yeah, but then again, Dana White, I saw something on him and he kind of laughed about it and said, man, Jake Paul is calling out all these cage and fighters. And then he goes, call out a boxer. He's like, he said, call out a boxer. Don't come to my guys. Call out an actual boxer because you're doing boxing, Come to my guys if you want to come into the cage, bro.
Bro, it's smart of Dana White to push that, but yeah. You know what Dana White said on the Hot Boxing podcast? He said he was going to bet $1 million for Ben to win, bro.
No way. Even before the fight, I was like, bro, Ben Askren doesn't have hands, bro.
Exactly, man.
He's a great fighter. Fighter for sure. But when it's just strictly boxing, nah, man, I don't.
Even in the highlight when you looked at it, he was just doing everything wrong.
Yeah, I'm just like, nah,
you
man.
You could tell. Yeah.
No, he's not a boxer. But after watching this fight, I remember I was talking to Kevin. I was like, bro, is that us, bro? We're gonna start a YouTube channel, bro. Become YouTube stars because you see the amount that they get paid, and it's also a different age right now. You gotta you get paid for not how good you are really. It's like what you can bring to the actual stadium. Exactly. So if you're able to put bumps on the seats anyway, then you're gonna get paid a bit more. That's why you see the guys like Ryan Garcia, when he first came into the game, he came into the game with 1 million Instagram followers and stuff, so that blew him up straight away. and that raised his stock. So from there, I kind of took away. It's like, oh man, I think I need to give more attention into my social media stuff. Of course, not all the attention, because at the end of the day, you definitely have to be able to fight. You know,
you have to be a good fighter, but you have to build a good following, like a portfolio. You know? Like you have to have
for sure. You
a
need
good following. People need to know who you are. I mean, that's just like I see a lot of hate. He's getting like a lot of hate. Like, but when I watched that, bro, I was like, man, and
who's this, Jake?
Yeah, Jake Paul. And like a lot of people give him a lot of hate. He's got a lot of. He's been on the harsh end of it. Like, but like if we look back at. I don't want to say I'm comparing these two people, but we look at Mayweather, right? When he first started up in his career. Yeah. It came to a point where people hated him. People wanted him to lose. Yeah. That's why everybody was watching, bro. Yeah. And that's how he got to where he is. Yeah. So if we look at like Jake Paul, what he's doing is he's doing exactly that. Like,
he knows what he's doing.
Exactly, man. And
he's smart.
How can you hate? I mean, I've seen some boxers or some fighters who are really talented, really good, and like they've been fighting all their career, maybe like 20, 30 fights, or, and there are some like Cuban boxers or, those that, or just a lot, anybody, and they're not getting paid like even a fraction of what these guys are getting.
Yeah, of course.
For a fight.
Yeah, just because people don't know who they are. They can't bring people to the table.
Exactly,
so
man.
It's like, man. So it's hard to like pay them exactly what they deserve if they're not bringing in the numbers.
Exactly.
So man. So that's why I'm thinking, oh man, you definitely need to build up a bit more on your socials.
Yeah, like what was his name? Coach Anthony. I think he was his trainer for Tevin Farmer. He actually said like boxers. Let me reset my bad, bro. Tevin Farmer's coach Anthony, he was saying on his social media after that fight was like, fighters should look at this and use it as a learning point, like take something from this. Like, what is he doing right? Like, I think online the memes that came out was like, I don't know if you saw the one that was Robert Whittaker, Kevin Gastelum.
That's the one that I saw. Yeah. That's the one that I saw. Yeah.
There's Jake Paul, Ben Askren. How much money are they all making? And like, just nowhere close to what Robert and Kelvin was making. I mean, the numbers are not 100%. Like, it's not accurate, but like in reality, that's close to what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jake Paul, Ben Askren are making way more than what was put on there, because I think they put Ben Askren was making like $500,000 or some shit like that. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he was making more than that. Like both of them, like they got pay-per-view shares, this, that, whatnot, and like, and like I think even Ben Askren actually said in an interview before the fight, like, this is actually his biggest payday, or it's bigger than all of his UFC fights combined, bro. Of what he made. I was like,
I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but that's how it is, bro. And with that.
Yeah, man.
That is why I'm starting a YouTube channel, bro.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying here. Why not?
We'll put a link there, people. Junior Far's YouTube channel. Make sure you follow.
Yeah, but
there'll be some interesting stuff on there. But
sure.
It's true, man. Like, I mean, as much as you're doing the work in the ring, I feel that people need to be engaged and doing more stuff outside as well.
Yeah, they have to, bro, because
marketing,
tons have changed. Tons have changed, bro.
Completely, man. Marketing, marketing, PR, like you have to adapt to the times.
Yeah, of course. But then again, like I said before, at the end of the day, like get the bums to the seats. Build up your profile, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to perform. So definitely don't just 100% go and focus on the social media stuff. Now, bro, turn up to training.
Of course, training is the number one. Like, you have to focus on that. Like, you have to get better. You have to improve. You have to stay at a certain standard level, or I wouldn't say stay, but like continuously improve.
Shucks, you know what I was just thinking when we were talking about Jake Paul and stuff, and the role that he plays, and like being like the bad guy. The perfect example for that in New Zealand was Butterbean.
Oh,
when he first came in, everyone hated him. Everyone hated him because he knew what he was doing. He knew that's
he was an
like the crowd
entertainer, man.
Yeah, bro, 100% an entertainer. and like he definitely knew it, and he played to that role to a T. Even it was funny because he got found out in a funny way because he was like talking all this trash on like on the boxing shows, but then like in the background he'll be helping so so much people through that BBM program when it first came up. And then after one of his fights, they actually brought it up. Like, I think Monty or someone was saying, oh, like, I know the crowd, like, hates this guy, but actually, he's such a good person. He's got this BBM thing and is building a lot of people.
Helping people.
And then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, I think straight after the announcer said that, I think Butter Bean like kind of like brushed it like underneath the table because like because that doesn't go with what he's actually trying to do.
Yeah, the act that he's playing.
Bro. So like so kind of seeing that, I'm just like, wait, this guy's so smart.
Yeah, but this is just entertain. At the end of the day, man, like this is the entertainment industry.
People want to be entertained.
Exactly, man. And great example would be what Israel's doing, bro.
Yeah, Yeah.
Okay, we get into a few. So. The first one was, this was a really good. I liked how Israel put it. Was like when he started his OnlyFans, bro. You know what I mean? Like when you think OnlyFans, like you have you already have a certain image of that.
No, I don't know, bro. I am not able to talk to you.
Okay, Junior. Yeah, okay, we believe you, man. We believe you, man.
Only what? What is this?
Anyway, so when you say that, like people instantly have a certain image of OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then Israel took that and he used that to his advantage because he has a massive following, man. Like it's constantly growing. I think it's like 4+ million now, some crazy number.
What?
Yeah, Israel's like 4+ million now. In case you don't, it's like I was like, oh, shit, you know what I mean? Like he has
That's huge.
Like I think if you put it like almost half or a country's population, following him, that kind of thing. It's crazy. But he used that in a way to help him make money.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I don't care what people say, man. Like he's looking after himself, his family, and his future generations.
Yeah.
That is, to me, that's the most important thing, man. You look after the people around you, your family, your friends, your future generation, bro. I don't care what anybody else says.
Why not do it, Because because you got a massive following from this fighting thing.
Exactly, man.
Why not take this following and kind of build something else along the sides as well,
bro,
rather than just making money off fighting. Make some money off YouTube. Make some money off
He's already.
OnlyFans.
You can't run away from the fact that he's already making so much money from a lot of money from fighting. I don't know how much exactly. You have the numbers that come out online, but he's making a lot of money, right? Put it that way. And so now, why stop there?
Exactly.
And I think it was. I don't know how much he was charging. I think it was like $9 or $10. Okay, I might be wrong. I think it was charging like $10 a month or something like that. Bro, 4 million people following you. Even if you have 50,000 or 100,000 people following you at $10 a month.
Yeah.
What does that add up to, bro?
It's a lot of money, bro. And I think you're asking the wrong person for a calculation, bro. I went to public high school, so I don't know the calculations, bro. You can carry the socks.
Okay, put it 100K. That's $1 million a month.
Wow, that's a lot of money. Bro.
Does that not blow your mind, bro? And these are possible numbers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
There was I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast recently. I can't remember who was the one that was on, but he said that Brendan Schaub, who's actually runs his own podcast as well, one of his female staff has an OnlyFans account and she sells pictures of her feet.
Yeah.
And she makes over $100,000 a month.
That's nuts.
I was like, what do you mean, bro? Over 100,000?
I know, bro.
Send pictures of your feet, man.
I know. And there's a niche for like everything, bro.
Bro, it's crazy. I mean, I don't want to say like it's weird, but everybody has their own thing.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah, what they say, like one man's meat is another man's poison.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that saying? So like, a man, woman, whatever.
Like that,
everybody has their thing. So like, if it's your thing, if it makes you money, supports you, supports your family, man, go do it, bro.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge, man? Who am I to say you can't do it? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Unless if you're, as long as you're not hurting people, you're damaging.
As long as it's not illegal.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
stuff like that.
I mean,
then,
that
yeah,
should
of
be
course.
already but if it's not illegal, not hurting people or whatever, like, man, do it, man.
Yeah.
Like, support
for
family,
sure.
support people around you. It's crazy. And he's also started, Israel's also started his YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
Freestyle Bender. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
hard out, bro.
And just like, I watched the video, like the recent one that he put out. He gave like a breakdown, a full breakdown of his fight with Kevin, and I was like, bro, that's genius. The fighter himself breaking down his own fight and giving his what he did. Because as much as you have all these experts, you know, giving their feedback, rundown of the fight, whatever, it's never gonna be the same as the person who's doing it.
Of course.
And he was telling people what he wanted to do, bro.
Yeah.
And that was pretty. It was pretty funny. Halfway through the video, he was trying to do a what do you call it? A vortex with the drink, and I was like, that was pretty funny. And then didn't happen twice, but entertainment. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty funny, and that was so smart. Like, you know, and it's just awesome. I want people to make as much money as they can. You know, and instead of like the promoters, you know, like the Don Kings and like all those people. I want the people who are doing it to make as much money as they can to provide for their families, and, you know, just to get yourself put yourself in a better situation.
Hard out.
And I hope more people like try to do stuff like that.
I mean, hopefully, I mean, because I know, because Brad's got his YouTube channel and he's doing great.
He's doing good, really good as well. Yeah,
Kai. I mean, Brad is awesome because, like, you know, she has a lot of techniques,
knowledge,
and he breaks things down. It's so good, bro. Yeah. So good. And then you got Kai, who's like also coming out with the YouTube channel as well. I'm not too sure if anything's been put out yet, but I even know that he's doing one. And then from there, man, I was like, oh yeah, sweet, I'll do one.
We just gotta adapt. We gotta adapt with the times.
Yeah, of course.
Bro.
Yeah, of course, bro.
We'll be waiting for your OnlyFans account to come out. I hope you don't sell pictures of your feet.
Trust me, bro. You don't want to see pictures of my feet.
Yeah, we might not want to see pictures of your feet.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.
The other thing that I wanted to talk about was, so, I mean, after the fight that you have with Joseph Parker, and it was a pretty quick turnaround for him because I think a week or so after that, he flew out to the UK to get into his next training camp, and then they announced it soon after was his fight. Did they announce it right after the fight or the week after?
Yeah, it might have been a week after.
Yeah, I think it was a week after. That he was going to be fighting with Derek Chisora. Which is going to be next week, right? May
the
1st,
week after.
May 1st or May 8th. Yeah, I think.
All right.
Oh, it might be May 1st. I think. Yeah, it might be May. Might be next week, bro.
Next week. Oh yeah, it could be.
Could be. Yeah, either one. But
May 1st or the week
that was I thought that was like a pretty quick turnaround. You know,
definitely.
For the next fight. So that's pretty interesting. What do you think about that one? Because that was the fight that fell through.
Yeah. A while ago.
And then then there was a Spider-Man Spider-Man comments and stuff like that.
So quick turnaround, but why not take it? You know, not too much damage.
I'd say that was a money fight as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because Derek Chisora,
big following.
He brings numbers in the UK.
Yeah, bro. People like him, and he always brings a good fight, bro. So people are gonna watch.
Yo, that last fight he had with Usyk, bro.
Oh yeah,
man, that was crazy. Everybody was saying Usyk was gonna put him out.
Yeah,
and he went the full fight.
Yeah, for sure.
With Usyk, bro.
Yeah,
and he was swinging. Oh man,
know, bro. Yeah, hard.
Going hard. Bro.
Yeah, bro. So for this fight with Joe, bro, I like this fight. I like the fight for Joe because, like, style-wise, they match up, like, for an entertaining fight. You know, Joseph Parker likes to stand there and bang. Derek Chisora loves to do that.
That's why he
comes forward, bro. You know, so yeah. So if Parker is a little bit better with his feet and can kind of move around just a little bit, like, you know, on the inside rather than just standing there on the inside, I think it's definitely Parker's fight. But I think either way, it's going to be a good fight to watch, you know?
Yeah, man. It's pretty exciting, bro. Like, this is one of the fights where you're never really sure which way it's
Yeah.
gonna go.
Yeah, yeah. It also depends on what Parker wants to do as well. If he wants to box, I don't think that's a good option for him. I don't
As
think
we
that's
can see from like, well, Usyk did win the fight, but like it's a dangerous,
Yeah,
if
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wants to have that kind of game plan.
yeah. But I mean, like it can be executed, but from a very good boxer. So you have to. But with Parker, I don't think boxing is his forte. Like back foot fighting, I don't think that's his style. So if he can change angles just a little bit, get off his shots, change angle, then just constantly move, but not really like not really move around in like a boxing sense, like the way that I move, but just like change his angles every now and then. I think it'll be a good night for him.
Yeah. I think with Usyk kind of did that to him as well. A lot
Yeah.
of movement, and he was getting quite. Chisora was getting quite tired, but like this, I mean, there's no secret there. Like he has a gas tank, but like the later parts, the rounds, like he's just pushing for it. So
Sure.
and it's gonna be an interesting fight. I'll definitely be watching that one. It's gonna be fireworks, bro. That one.
Hard
Like,
out, bro.
Chisora, like that's one thing that Chisora brings is like he brings fireworks.
He brings
bro.
the fight, bro. He brings the fight. So
He's a
either way,
mad-
I
he's a
know,
mad-
bro. Oh, man, either he's not going to do that or he's getting knocked out.
and that's what he says
So
as
it
well,
is, bro.
like-
Yeah.
And I think he trains. He from his last two fights, he's been training at a different gym, and he's been training with what's his name, Michael Venom Page.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he actually trains like at a similar gym to what like we have.
Of course,
with the MMA fighters
Yeah.
and the boxers training together. Like he's training in that kind of environment now.
Okay.
Which was quite interesting, and I feel like maybe that has helped Chisora a little bit as well to fight people of different styles.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like,
Different
I
looks.
guess, I guess we'll see on the night.
Yeah, man. What do you think? Your prediction for that one? How do you think the fight's gonna go?
My actual prediction. I don't know, because, oh man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Sharks, what's your prediction?
Oh, okay. So if it goes the distance, I
Yeah.
think Parker will get it.
Yeah.
If it's a knockout, it's crazy enough. I feel like it could be either.
Yeah.
If it's a KO, I'm not gonna say who. It's hard to say who wins by what, but like if it's a KO, it could be either two. If it goes the distance, I'd say Parker wins it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see Parker winning through distance. I think
this one.
Yeah, no, because I think either way, Chisora will constantly be pushing him back and then outworking him. So if it goes a distance somehow, I don't see Parker winning it because Chisora will definitely be the aggressor, letting shots, perhaps not clean shots, but like he'll be like windmilling the overhand rights and the left,
Whatever
and
it takes.
yeah, bro. So either knockout by Parker, because I don't like Parker's tough. I don't think he'll get knocked out by Chisora, but he could get hurt. But I don't think he'll get knocked out. So either knockout from Parker or Chisora on points.
He does have.
So I think it's
he does
opposite
have a
for us.
chin,
Yeah.
He does have. I think now that you said it, I think about it again. Like, he does have a chin.
Yeah.
But then again, this is heavyweight boxing.
Yeah, I know.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes
Either way, it's a
that
good
that
fight,
idea
bro.
still always gets in my head. Like I like to think that sometimes of certain fighters,
Yeah.
But then I get reminded, like, man, this is heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
Like one punch can change a fight. Like,
Especially from those guys.
bro, like exactly like we talk about the AJ Ruiz fight, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going into that fight, I was so sure what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then that one punch that landed
Yeah.
on AJ, it changed everything.
I know. Yeah, bro. So yeah, but either way, man, it's gonna be a good fight.
Definitely, man. What do you think about talking about AJ? What do you think about the AJ Fury fight, bro?
Oh, I love that fight.
Man,
That's
like fight for the ages. Ooh,
I
bro.
love that fight. Oh man, but I mean, like AJ is so good, bro. AJ is good. He's so determined, and you know that he's smart about every approach that he takes to every fight. Excuse me. So with that fight coming up, bro, you definitely know AJ is gonna bring his best game forward. Also Tyson Fury as well. I back Tyson Fury because I think he's just a better boxer. I think he can. I think he can execute his game plan throughout all 12 rounds. Whatever AJ brings, I think Tyson Fury can adjust. But that's like the best Tyson Fury. So if the best doesn't turn up, then then it could be AJ. But that's a good fight, bro.
Man, yeah, I know. I think, yeah, Tyson Fury is a very, very skilled boxer, and he has the style.
Yeah.
He has the agility.
He has the size.
It's the awkward, bro. He is, eh? He's like a huge fan. He's like his awkward fighting style is like it annoys. I think like awkward fighting styles annoy people.
Yeah, hard up.
Like people don't expect that kind of.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, like throughout his fights, you see him constantly fading and stuff, and it's hard to time anything when you got someone like that, someone who's like constantly moving
Changing the
anyway. But
pace,
then, like but then he changed his pace. He's painting downstairs. He's painting upstairs. It's like hard to like actually settle in. So yeah, man. So I definitely know from just watching him, he'll be a headache to deal with, just from their boxing ability alone. And then you got the size of him too, 6'9". That's huge,
dude,
bro.
And like he's not really the most like chiseled guy, but it just amazes you what that guy does, bro.
I know, bro. Crazy.
And like, I mean, unfortunately, if you look at what happened to him, the last fight with him and Deontay Wilder, and Wilder's there's a whole story altogether, but like what he did in that second fight, it's crazy. But yeah, then again, like we look at AJ, he's really, really good. He's a very talented guy, smart. He's an intelligent dude as well.
Yeah, hard out.
And I think he has a really good team behind him as well. So man, that's gonna be a fight of the for the ages, bro. Like
hard out, bro. Everyone's gonna be watching that fight.
And I think the reason why was they say they signed a 2-fight or a 3-fight deal or something like that. So we're not gonna see one.
Yeah.
And
there's gonna be at least 2. So it's gonna be awesome.
You got Tyson. I mean, I am an AJ guy.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for AJ, Nigerian brother. You know, I think I feel like he's got heart, bro.
Bro, hard out, bro. Like you see it, even like training alongside him and how hard he trains.
Because you've experienced, people don't know you've experienced training with AJ.
Yeah. I mean, he's there, and then like the mentality that he brings to the gym. It's different. I remember he was speaking to another guy, Joe Cordina. If you guys follow boxing, like in the lower weights, you'll know who he is.
Yeah.
He's a
very talented boxer.
Yeah, very, very talented boxer. And I remember he was talking to him after one of his sparring sessions, and I don't think Joe performed that well on that sparring session. And then Joe was like, oh man, it was just a bad day at the office. And then AJ was like, but but you got to bring it every single time, because if that was a fight, then you lost. Treat it as that. So yeah, man. So just from hearing that from him, and this was before he turned professional. This was when he just won the Olympic gold. But yeah, but kind of hearing that, I'm just like, oh man, this guy brings it every single time. And like he said in all of his training sessions, man, he brings it. Yeah, he's a very, very hard worker, very focused. But it's something that you see, it's something that I don't need to say, because you see it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe one of the reasons also why I kind of am rooting for him is like watching his fight of what recently happened with the first loss to Ruiz. Being a big name like that, and then there was his US debut, coming over to the US, coming to somebody's, soil to fight them, and to have the fight end like that. And then the way that even he acted after the fight, and how he reacted to the whole thing, how he took it in, he changed, he improved, and he done so many things. Like that kind of loss there can break people, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the amount of shit that goes in your head, bro?
I know. I mean, I even saw on his Insta, he went live the next day, and I think he was at a basketball court, just on the street, just blending in with the people. I'm just like, damn, bro, on a massive loss like that, because Yeah, because that fights are like that fights are like everyone else was like a setup fight. Like he was there fighting a guy.
Was supposed to be an easy fight. Yeah.
Pretty much everyone expected him to win.
Oh.
He didn't win. He got knocked out.
Yeah.
The fight got stopped, and then the next day, and
the ref
instead
stopped
of
the ref stopped the fight. Yeah,
man. And then instead of like hiding his face and stuff, he is out there in the public, and that's a huge thing, bro. Mental toughness, bro, and
Crazy,
man, and that shows a lot of character. So
and just how he came back from that, and then the second fight to put on the performance that he did,
huge,
and like right at the end as well, there were parts that he's getting provoked, and to have that kind of discipline to like, we've done everything nicely and perfectly for the past 8, 9, 10, 11 rounds, whatever. We're not gonna risk it in the last round.
Yeah,
and stand and bang.
Yeah, very, very disciplined. That's exactly what I think coaches want to hear, man. They just want to hear like the fighter actually. Oh, I mean, they want to hear. They want to see fighters doing what we practice in the gym. But, bro,
it's gonna be a very interesting fight. I think a lot of money to be made by both fighters as well.
Yeah, why not, bro? The undisputed champion, heavyweight champion in the world.
And how long has it been before all belts were held by one person? When was the last time all heavyweight belts were held by one person?
I think it was from Lewis, maybe.
Bro, how long ago was that, man?
Yeah, I mean, you can't say the Klitschko's because one brother had
and the other
had like some, and then the other one had like one. So it was like
but sort of. But in terms of like one person here, we are on the we are on it, bro.
Yeah, hard on.
We're gonna see one person hold. Well, unless if it's a draw, then they go back with their same belts.
With their belts.
We are about to see one person hold all the belts in the heavyweight division.
That's exciting times, man. Good time because
people gotta pay their money, bro.
Yeah, and they're gonna get their money worth. You got 2 world-class athletes in there. Great boxers, the best boxers in the division right now. We're gonna see who is like the best. And it's gonna be awesome.
It will be, man. And so we talk about all the other fights now. What about yourself, Junior? What's cooking up? Do you have anything coming up, or when are you looking to be back in the office, brother, in the square office?
You know what, bro? I was hoping soon, but but the other night. So
there's always a but.
Because here's the guy that we were looking at. We were looking at Lucas Brown.
Yeah,
because he's right there. He has a big name. And the guy loses against Paul Gallen.
He gets knocked out. He gets knocked out in the first round.
But I mean, it happens. I mean, like if a knockout comes pretty early like that, I think, oh man, he just got caught cold, bro. He just got caught cold. Because guarantee if he got caught from the same punch like later down the track, maybe in the 4th round, 5th round, it definitely wouldn't phase him. But he definitely got caught cold. It rocked him, and then he just got and then he just suffered like an onslaught of punches. Punches. So so that was the guy that we were looking towards. So with that fight kind of. So with him losing, personally, I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight him, but Paul Gallen won. So I'm just like, heck.
Maybe a Paul Gallen fight?
I mean,
would you fight him?
Why not, bro?
If the numbers are right, why not?
Yeah, I mean, guaranteed if you ask, I've been asked this question a lot before the fight. I said, nah, bro, I ain't fighting Gallen. He ain't got no credentials. He's a guaranteed he is a great athlete. He's a great athlete. He done what he done in the rugby league realm, but I never took him seriously as a boxer. But now he's beating a boxer with some actual credentials. So I'm just like, oh, bro.
He actually did beat Mark Hunt, though.
Yeah, that too. But
you know what I mean?
The way the Mark Hunt fight went. Mark Hunt was definitely a lot better than him.
Yeah.
He just kind of got outworked. He kind of got tired.
And I don't know if looking at Mark Hunt, I don't know if he really was working really hard towards that fight.
But I see that, and then I see he's beaten Mark Hunt, he's beaten an actual boxer. So I'm just like, oh, bro, if he wants it, I'm here. But yeah.
Yeah, in terms of like because would you be open to like taking fights outside of New Zealand, Australia?
Yeah, bro, I'm keen to fight anywhere, bro. I'm keen to fight anywhere because with this pandemic, it's definitely restricted a lot of things with us fighters. You know, we can't travel as much as as we used to. We definitely know that the crowds at stadiums aren't going to be what they were, unless you're fighting here. Then it's pretty much normal life here. But you know, anywhere else, it's not the same. So when a fight comes up, bro, you take it. You know, you take it because you don't know when your next fight's going to be, especially with this pandemic.
What's interesting is the you know, when I found out about like what the Thriller is the organization that's been promoting fights for like the Ben Askren and Jake Paul fight and all that. Like I hear that they're paying the fighters really well, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, but you know, I don't know about like I think you've got to be a free agent or like some stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that comes along with it, but that was what I heard. They're getting paid really well, and then Mike Tyson actually has his one as well, Legends Only Fight League, where he's putting on shows and events and stuff like that.
Really?
And yeah, and it's really interesting. I just recently heard Mike Tyson talk about this, but they are trying to approach a slightly different way of how things have been done in the past. So now instead of Legends Only, the Fight League, what they're trying to do is to promote the fighters before the fight. Like, so previously, this was how I said. This was how he said it. Was like previously, people introduced the fighter. People introduce the public to the fighter. Yeah, something like that. People introduce the public to the fighter, but what he's trying to do is introduce the fighter to the public. Sorry, I might have got that the other way around. My bad, sorry. It's the other way around. So what they're trying to do is to help build a name and a social presence and a reach for all these fighters who are not known, smaller names. So they're trying to get them out there in the public, let people know about them, their story. You know, just get the numbers up, the followings up, and stuff like that, so that when the time comes when the fight happens,
then it's
people are going to be watching.
Right, gotcha.
And I think I think Mike Tyson's trying to look at like better payments for fighters as well, and all that sort of stuff. And you could understand, you know, where he's coming from, the experience that he's had. Because he was on the rough end of, you know, bad negotiations and you know, bad managements and stuff like that. So
okay, no, yeah, man, that sounds right, because I think that ties on with basically what we were saying before, because how I was saying that fighters these days really need to, you know, build up their social media presence, but as fighters, especially as like, you know, athletes, we can't be bothered, you know, setting up a camera somewhere so it films us training. You know, we're not willing to put in that time to actually build something up. So with that thing that you're saying, that basically they're gonna do it, that's great. Like, you know, that's like, you know, that's I'm great if I can just live my life
to help do that.
Yeah,
professionals.
Yeah, man. And then, like, you know, instead of me setting up my phone camera somewhere else, they can just, you know, they can basically do that for me. So yeah, so that sounds like a great thing, and a great thing that'll work for a lot of athletes. Yeah, man. Like, I'm getting better with like like filming my stuff, and you got
some good TikTok videos as well, bro.
Oh, thank you. JNR 298 TikTok.
Sorry, what was that again? JNR?
JNR 298. So JNR Junior 298 Kura. Papa Kura. Kura hard.
That's the one. So make sure you follow Junior on TikTok, man. Some pretty entertaining videos, bro.
Oh, and plus with the TikToks, bro, I'm actually like, because when I first started, I just wanted to do anything else but, like, you know, boxing stuff. But then I kept on getting a lot of boxing questions. So now it was so back then I was kind of just all about funny videos, but now I'm actually answering a lot of questions about boxing. So it's kind of turning into a boxing page. So if you want more of like an insight of like boxing and like, you know, especially my honest opinion on like some techniques and fights, then definitely go there, because that kind of stuff I don't share on
Instagram.
Yeah, man. Like, like, you know, that's just talking TikTok stuff. So
it's pretty entertaining, man. I must say, bro, it's pretty entertaining.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the recent one with the Crips t-shirt, and And
Oh
then-
yeah, bro, I had to do that only because I wore that Crips t-shirt all night
Bro,
without
did you
realizing.
realize, bro?
I didn't realize.
I was there, man, and I was like, and you know, you were in the ring, you were on TV, you know, with that shirt. I was looking at that. I was like, man, to me it wasn't like anything weird. I was like, I thought that was a nice t-shirt. Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then until someone else brought it up to me, and then you brought it up as well, I was like, yo, that's crazy. And the fact that it was on live TV,
I
was
know.
like, oh, bro.
Yeah, I didn't realize. So yeah,
People
bro,
get the wrong idea.
Yeah, I know, bro. So on that night, I wore a massive Crips shirt without realizing, and then I went home that night, and then the next morning I was like, oh man,
Probably should make a
I
funny
better
video.
do like a funny TikTok video about it, bro. So
But that was I like
I've
that
done
was
it.
pretty funny, bro. Man. Oh shit, bro. But what would you say are some of the names now, like on the back of your head? Who? Let me see. What's the Because you rank on WBO as number 6 now, is it?
I was.
Hey guys, stop letting your body go on in pain and feeling sore all the time, man. Start putting some deposits in your health bank and take care of your vessel. Go get yourself an amazing massage gun from Sharpened Recovery. It's a very affordable and lasts a long time. Highly recommended. It probably costs less than 5 meals outside and definitely cheaper than a pair of shoes. Instead of getting something that's going to be on your feet, why not get this massage gun to massage those feet and legs? Go to sharpenedrecovery.com and use the code AliChannel for 20% off your guns. Yes, 20%. You can thank me later. So what are you waiting for, guys? Go get yourself some amazing gear. Okay, let's see the official rankings.
Yeah, tell you what, I'll be surprised if I'm still ranked in there because I lost the WBO fight. So yeah.
Okay, so let's say we got one Anthony Joshua, champion Joshua,
champion
and then
Joshua.
you got Usyk number 1,
Mm.
Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz, Frank Sanchez, Michael Hunter. So that's like top 7 now. Let's see. Let's see the full. See the full top 10. And number 8 will be Zhilei Zhang.
True. Yeah. Still there.
Oh, was he the fighter that's on under the Matchroom banner?
Yep, he is.
I think yeah,
Southpaw.
that's the guy. Yeah. And then there's Romanov, and then number 10 Daniel Dubois. All right, just carry on. Philip Hergovic, Dempsey McKean. Who is Dempsey McKean? I haven't seen him fight.
Dempsey McKean's a Southpaw Australian.
Oh, okay.
Big
okay.
Southpaw. He's actually good, bro.
Caballel, and then we got Demirezen, and then number 15 Tony Yoka. Oh, that's interesting. Tony Yoka has come in the ranking. So man, that's very disappointing. They took you completely out of the rankings.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. Because
There's some good names, man.
to be this, there's not a lot of people know this as well. To be part of the whole like WBO rankings, you've got to pay
Yeah.
a certain
To like
fee.
actually be like part of the actual sanctioning.
The sanctioning
ranking.
bodies,
Yeah.
there's fees involved. and all
Yeah.
that. That's how
Yeah,
the
bro.
WBC gets into a lot of crap with because they just sanction so many fights.
Yeah, hard out, bro.
Come up with so many belts. Like,
It's crazy, but it's their way of making money. So it's business, and I guess that's just the game that we have to play, bro. Like, you know, if you're in boxing, then unfortunately, this is the world that we have to like abide by. But you know, it is what it is, bro. But
man.
next fight for me,
what do you think? Who's on your radar, bro? What do you think?
anyone really, bro. Like, I'm just like
Top 15?
after the fight.
Any organization?
Yeah, bro.
Let's go.
Like I'm keen to fight anyone ranked above me. You know, I'm keen to fight anyone ranked above me. But I know that I know in terms of like business, like you probably won't want to give me like a 50-50 fight, but you do want to give me like a win, but not an easy win, because I think after that Joseph Parker fight, my team saw that okay, to actually bring out the best junior fighter, we have to give him something that actually challenges him and like scares him a bit, because like, you know, for this fight, for that past fight, it was a risky fight. So I made sure to like, you know, bring the best, and I brought out the best of me because it really excited me, you know. but the previous fights before that, even though they kind of do the same thing, it's not as risky as like a big possibility of losing. So yeah, so with the next fight, I'm just like, bro, give me someone that excites me, bro.
Yeah,
You know?
man, definitely. Yeah, and well, in terms of like with the borders opening, with the bubble opening with Australia, do you see a lot of possibilities there? Like it's just what you mentioned earlier with the Lucas Brown one, most
Yeah, for
probably
sure.
not happening. But like, are there any other heavyweight fighters there that?
For sure. I mean, because boxing seems to be growing there now, in terms of popularity. They're putting on a lot of shows, which is great because because they got a lot of stars there. They got Tim Tszyu, they got
That
Justice
guy's good.
Honey.
Man.
They have Jai Opataya. They have guys there that are just like filling out all these massive crowds, and for good cause because they're bloody good. So yeah, bro. So there's always possibilities of going there. But I think the ultimate goal is to really go over to the UK because it seems like all the big names are there, bro. All the big big heavyweights are
they
there.
sell out like, well, I don't know now whether they're selling out like stadiums. I think they still have restrictions and all that shit there, which is crazy because it's been so long. But like they sell, like when they put out fights, I think they get big pay-per-view numbers as well.
Yep.
So there definitely is a space to be at.
Bro, hard out, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, all credit to Joe because that's the place to be if you're a heavyweight. Go to the UK.
Man, to the UK.
Yeah.
That's a spot where they put you up for the bigger heavyweight fights. Yeah. Because you are, I understand you promoted by
Lou DiBella.
And are you on like a certain contract with them for a number of fights or?
Yeah, so I think we're talking. I think right now we're negotiating an extension period. So there'll be probably a slight extension with some extra fights, but I think I'm with him for possibly another year, maybe less. I can't remember. I think we're still in negotiations for that. But he's based out in America on the east side, so he's in New York around there. Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. So hopefully, hopefully they put you up with a fight, somewhere in the UK or even if it's in the US, man. Like I think in the US they're holding out live events now. Like
Are they?
Yeah, they're selling out because the fight this weekend with Usman and Jorge Masvidal, the second fight, it's gonna be at a live event, like a stadium or something, bro.
Shucks, will it be in Vegas probably?
I'm not too sure exactly where, but tickets was, I think when they put out tickets for that event, it was sold out
that's right,
in like minutes.
That's
I was like, what?
Like tickets?
Yeah, tickets were sold out in minutes, bro. It's so crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah,
but
I guess we'll see.
Talking about that last one, even the Canelo fight with
yes, with Callum Smith.
Yes. No, not Callum Smith. Was it Callum Smith? Just a recent one, bro. Who was Canelo's last fight? Let me see.
Was that his last fight?
Let me see. Canelo's last fight. Yes, Yildirim. That was February 27. It was like I think it was one of the stadiums in Texas or something like that.
Okay.
They had like a huge crowd. I think it was
wow.
Yeah, it was a huge crowd. They had like live performances and all that. Apparently it was like it was a big turnout. So
Texas.
Yeah, I think
true.
Texas is where
because just from listening to Joe Rowe. Apparently, all the stars are moving there, right?
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's why, because it's things are
they're allowing. But like
opening up.
I mean, with how the things are going, like it's been a while. How long are you really gonna
But I mean, thank goodness for us that we live in New Zealand, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, because we don't really feel the effect of it, really. Yeah, because
to us it's like
pretty normal.
Yeah, when they talk about it, we're like, what do you mean?
Yeah, hard up. Like it's weird to kind of see people overseas and they're wearing masks and and they're not going to live events, but it's just back to everyday life for us. I mean, apart from the traveling, but
it's crazy. Man, hopefully, yeah, man, Junior, I don't want to keep you on any longer. Thank you for coming down today, man. It was good to catch up and talk about a whole lot of stuff.
Yo.
We are looking forward to see you do big and great things, brother.
Thank
and
you, bro.
looking forward to your next fight. Hopefully, an announcement.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
hopefully
I
soon.
hope so soon.
And thing is also like I hope it's because after that fight when you come back you got to do a 2-week quarantine if you're fighting outside.
I know, bro.
If you're fighting outside New Zealand and Australia, so man, I hope you're prepared for the 2-week quarantine, brother.
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, the boys have done it a few times. I've never done it before. So, but you know what? I think that I'll nail it. You know why? Because I get to just stay in the room all day and just make TikToks all day, bro. I'll nail that, G. Straight up.
Bro, you're a big guy stuck in a small room, bro. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That is different, though. Yeah, that
And
is different.
you gotta remember, because from the experiences of the boys, like they did not always get ones where they could go out and exercise or whatever.
That's
Because
right,
there have been
yeah.
some where they were stuck completely in the room 24 hours a day, not even that 1 hour outside.
I don't
And
get
they
that,
were-
Like, why is it? And then you get the ones that don't even give you a microwave. What's up with that, bro? Like, what's up with that? Seriously.
I was talking with Israel about this the other day, bro, about the microwave. I'm like, it's so dumb. Majority of hotels that you go to that I have been to, like, they have microwaves, bro.
Every single one.
And why is it a thing that now they suddenly not put microwaves? Like, how stupid is it? And you can't expect people to eat at the times where you provide them the food.
Yeah,
People
of
have
course,
different,
yeah.
like, eating patterns and
Yeah.
this, that, whatnot. Like, not everybody's going to be the same. And it blows my mind, bro. And then they were
I don't
giving,
know.
and then when he did his, alternative methods, they gave him crap. Like,
Yeah, of
they
course.
give-
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like,
it
hey,
was
sorry,
only
bro, you
after-
forced the hand,
but
man.
yeah, it was only after that they actually gave the microwave. So,
Good.
it's crazy how like that's what I was talking to with Israel about was like it's crazy how a when you have a certain presence online and people you have a number of eyes and mouths talking about it, like you are a player in the game. You can make moves and
You
change.
really can make like a difference there because you have
greatly influence. You
Yeah.
might not always be able to change things. You greatly influence some
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
And man, I was just glad that he did what he did, because can you imagine all the other people who were in that situation, bro?
Bro, yeah, hard up, but like, guarantee it's not just him complaining,
Yeah, bro.
but like, that's just all we see because because he has so many followers, and I guess the news articles would have been, talking about it too, saying, Israel Adesanya done this, but really everyone in that hotel is
Exactly, man.
doing the same thing.
And they couldn't do anything because they don't
bro,
have
because they don't have the voice for
Oh,
it,
my goodness.
So like, so thank goodness he can do that, and also it gives us it makes us aware of the people that actually follow us, and we do have a voice, and to make sure that we use it for some kind of benefit for the greater good,
to have some
Yeah.
some positives.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like you do whatever you want, but like if you're helping people one way or another, like that's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
it's also
If you
yeah,
can,
awesome.
it's awesome.
But also what I like, sorry man,
It's alright, yeah.
just to say, but also what I like about Israel, because I was talking about this to like someone else, and they were talking about social media presence. He's an awesome example of just being genuine and just being yourself, because people can see when you're trying to be someone else.
Exactly, man.
Thank goodness he doesn't. Thank goodness he's just himself always, and that's just
Always,
great to see,
man.
bro. Because you have the other ones that are like trying to like portray a different like presence than like what they actually are. So you like have the ones that say, "Oh man, I should put this out because this is what's like demanded of me," but then it doesn't come off genuine. That's why I kind of thought I was like, "Oh yeah, man, I better start being myself on social media because it comes off natural,
Naturally,
and
yeah.
then and that's exactly what you want."
Yeah, man, 100%. I completely agree with
Yeah.
that, bro. You have you see a lot of the ones who put stuff like
Yes,
it
like-
doesn't really add up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh well, to each their own. As long as they're helping people, you're not being a dick. You're not.
Yeah.
not damaging other people's
Well-being.
and whatnot. Yeah, man, all for it. And as much as everybody can make as much money for themselves, I'm all for that as well, bro.
Yeah, hard up.
Take care of
Hard
your
up.
friends, your families, and whatnot. Yeah, man, Junior, thank you very much.
Thank you,
for
bro.
your time today. And yeah, guys, if you've stayed this far, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Boom.
Thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you on the next one.